This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. Today I'm very lucky joined by, once again, the WBO middleweight world champion, Demetrius Andrade. So thank you very much for coming on again, Demetrius. It's good to see you again, mate.
Good to see you too, man. It's good to see you. You know what I'm saying? I see you, kid. I see you out here.
The last time we spoke, I think, was when you were just signed camp for the Liam Williams fight. And so it's quite a while back. And tell you what happened today. I woke up 10:30. I woke up about 9 o'clock, college 10:30 till 3. And then I got boxing at 5. And then I biked boxing. As soon as I walk out the door and bike, it starts raining like that. It's like someone just snapped their fingers and boys, let's make it rain. It rained so hard, you wouldn't believe it. It was the hail, thunder, lightning. And I just turned 17, so I need to learn to drive and get a car because I got soaked. When I got to training, I was completely wet. Anyway, though, what's been going on with you, Demetrius? What have you been up to?
Oh man, just trying to make moves, trying to, try for greatness. Put the fights that people want to see me in, try to make them fights happen, and the fights that I want to see myself in also as well. So I mean, other than that, family's good. Life is beautiful. I'm blessed. I'm gifted, and all praises to the Most High. But other than that, everything is good, man.
And it looks great. Your house in the background looks awesome. So
you got the New England Revolutions. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hometown supporter. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Celtics out here. You know what I'm saying? Patriots. You know what I mean? And then you have to meet your Sandra, baby. We in here.
Did you go? I saw on your Instagram story. Did you go to their game today?
Yeah, I went to the game. Yes, I went to the game. Trying to show some support to some of the players that I know personally, and just give awareness all sports. I know football, soccer is what they call it. You know what I'm saying? It's real big, and we know we're trying. I'm also trying to do my part to make it bigger, especially in the States.
Yeah, it'd be great. I mean, football's massive here in England, but in the States it's not as big. American football's one of the main sports. So yeah. If we move on to another big sport, boxing. I mean, let's talk about your last performance of Liam Williams. I mean, most of the boxers immediately after the fight aren't too pleased with their performance, but when they take time to watch it back, they seem more content with it. How did you rate your performance against Liam Williams?
Oh man, I thought I did a great job getting back in the ring off of, I don't know, what was it, 12,
14 months.
14 months layoff. I went in there and I handled a tough, strong guy that had 7 consistent knockouts, who's been active, who's been, he been working hard to earn his spot to get in the ring, and he was willing to say yes. And he showed he's a tough, he's a tough warrior, tough fighter. For me, I displayed something that, people haven't seen, and there's those uppercuts. I was throwing uppercuts in different angles and, getting it in there. Yeah, it's a risky shot. Yeah, some shots landed flush like they should have. Some shots was like to, keep them back, of course. Yeah, man, them uppercuts alone and 1-2 and just moving and just getting back in the groove. I thought I did a great job. And whoever really understands boxing knows that even though people might say whatever, you ain't see nobody throw them uppercuts the way I throw them uppercuts. Everybody was still like, damn, holy shit. You see them shits? Holy moly. Ah, damn. Shit.
I mean, in all the amateur gyms the next day, all the southpaw fighters will definitely be practicing those uppercuts straight after your fight. I mean, that right uppercut, the punch was landed so frequently, almost as much as you landed the jab. That was an adjustment you didn't make. You knew that after the first round, the uppercut was a landing punch, the punch to land. Apart from that, what other adjustments did you make in that fight?
I mean, just just really just the uppercuts, moving, finding the right spots to like engage into a fight with Williams. Williams is a tank, so you just can't go toe to toe with a tank. So you gotta beat it down with finesse, which I did. And the adjustments that I made was pretty much that, like using 3 minutes wisely, landing the shots I needed to land. He came in great shape. And yeah, man, my hat goes off to somebody that came and got up to fight Demetrius Andrade. So, the adjustments was to, stay focused and keep looking for them openings and land them shots clean and fresh.
I mean, that fight was a perfect example, the bull and the matador. Liam Williams being the bull and you being the matador, turning him, spinning around the fight. One word that was used in the build-up quite a lot was the word tough. And everyone kept saying how tough Liam Williams was, and you can clearly see it throughout the fight. In the 9th round, he did land a good right hand. Did he buzz you at all? Did he hurt you at all there?
Oh, right, 9th round. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the sport of boxing, so eventually I'm gonna, I'm prepared to get hit, and that's just what it is. I can never not be untouchable. But to compare one right hand to all them uppercuts and a knockdown, I'd rather take that one right hand all day. It was a nice, clean, strong right hand. And at the end of the day, I did what I needed to do. He hit me with it, and I slipped and dipped and got out the way. Like, you ain't hit me with that shit again.
I mean, you don't go swimming and don't get wet at the end of the day. I mean, when you knocked him down, I think it was the 2nd round. That was a textbook 1-2 you landed there. If we do move on from that fight, though, move on to another big fight in a weight division just above your weight division at middleweight to super middleweight. Like most UK fans, we had to wake up at 4 a.m. And then, as usual, I couldn't really get to sleep after Billy Joe Saunders Canelo fight. And I was watching Ellie Setback's live stream, and I suddenly hear you and your dad asking questions to Canelo in the press conference. What was going on there? Because you seem to be getting quite into it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I'm going to put my will, but yeah, it's a trying effort, of course. It's not like I'm in the ring and I don't try in the ring. I do in the ring, but outside the ring, I'm trying to put the best fights together. I'm showing people like, what is it that we need to do to make it happen? And is the time now, I'm not getting any younger. I'm not saying I'm old. I'm not saying I'm beat down and nothing like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not getting any younger. I'm 33 years old, not that I'm old, but in the sport of boxing, the time frame, this is not a longevity sport. I done the safe things to be in it for a longevity, but this is not a longevity sport. So I'm in my prime, and this is sort of like, the last chapter, should I say, in the sense of like being in your prime. And Canelo, Charlo, Triple G, Triple G's a little older than me, so he might be out of it, but he's a strong fighter. He's an elite guy. So, it can carry on a little further than others, just like myself. But how long are we going to continue to wait until I'm like 38 years old? I don't even know if I want to be boxing when I'm 38 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to put the fights now. And at the end of the day, I have the confidence to win. But I always say, win, lose, or draw, I'm willing to fight these guys. And I think the fans and the people know, as far as the hardcore boxing fans, people that are now, tuning into like the whole me and Canelo thing, and people viewing me and seeing like, oh, no. This kid's a threat. This kid's a problem. He's a 2008 Olympian. He beat everybody. He beat everybody who was somebody in the sport of boxing today. He beat them to get to the Olympics. You feel me? And then, and now they're like, really trying to, back Canelo up, or they're saying, yeah, we want to see Demetrius Andrade and Canelo go at it. That's also a great fight, and that's a tough, opponent. But the fans on his side is gonna do what they do, talk their shit. Of course, that's just how it is. But that's just pretty much the plan. And if I don't get those fights right now this year, I'm gonna fight whoever is willing and able to fight. And usually the guys I fight are going to be tough, strong guys that's looking for life-changing situations.
I mean, what you did there, calling Canelo at the press conference, that's a perfect thing to do. That's the best thing you can possibly do. Because you know how many people would see, there's that clip with you and your dad arguing Canelo, and then there's a few memes out of Canelo because he loves to use the F word. It was everywhere. That's a perfect thing to do if you want to fight Canelo. How to spread awareness, publicity. If we just touched on the Billy Joe Saunders Canelo fight, going into the fight, I remember you were there. I remember seeing you on Greg Marritt's Billy Joe Saunders Nutritionist story. What did you think of it? What were your thoughts on the Canelo Saunders fight?
Watching it, I feel like, first of all, I should have been one fighting Billy Joe to fight Canelo, which that's what I was trying to do, petition the WBO to make me the mandatory to fight Billy Joe before he gets in there with Canelo, because the winner of that fight, it will be a massive, it will be more, it will be better, it will be more attractive to see the winner out of Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe fight Canelo, but, it didn't go down that way. But watching the fight, I thought, Billy Joe did okay, but he did a lot of amateur moves. he didn't like try to like, you know, hold his ground at any time. There's no real power. Listen, you know, I told people he went 12 rounds with Martin Murray. You know, how you go 12 rounds with Martin Murray? No disrespect to Martin Murray. He did things in boxing, but Martin Murray's old now. Like, he's older. His time is done. You went 12 rounds with a guy that you should have either knocked down, took out, stopped, you know? And now you think after that sluggish performance with Martin Murray, we're expecting Billy Joe to be this powerful, fastest, you know, fighter to beat Canelo? No, it wasn't going to happen. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to wish the best man wins always, but he does not have the power for himself for anybody to sort of respect. So somebody like Canelo's going to, like he did after a few rounds, you know, 1 or 2 rounds, he felt like, you know, I could take his power. He ain't got no power. And he just started bull rushing and, you know, throwing the shots. And Billy Joe, at times, he did great. He did okay moving, landing a few punches, but he's playing tag in there. You can't play tag with Canelo. You got to really hit Canelo, let Canelo know, like, I'm here, motherfucker.
And the thing is about that, I see what you mean. You can't play tag with Canelo. I mean, it was an 8-round fight, you might be able to, but a 12-round fight, you certainly can't. I mean, there's a lot of criticism online. I found a bit deep on Demetrius Saunders about how people were saying that he'd quit. And I don't think he quit. I can't call anyone a quitter because I've had amateur fights, but I've never had a professional fight. And most of the people online call him a quitter, and that's just disrespectful because most of these guys even have one professional fight in their life. What were your thoughts on Mark Tibbs pulling him out, though?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, I haven't been in that position. He's a professional, like you said. He, you know, I think he knows what he's getting himself into. If his corner or himself felt like, yo, like, you know, Canelo is a elite guy. Also, he's good competition. He's strong, whatever. I'm gonna go out there and fight with one eye and get what done. Like, I'm not getting anything done now. What am I going to get done later? So maybe it was a good thing that corner stopped, because at the end of the day, life goes on. You know, fights go on. I don't know if he quit himself, said no, but at the end of the day, that's him. That's nobody else. And at the end of the day, he worked hard. He worked as hard as he can to be able to get in there with Canelo, and he showed up. He got hit with a clean shot, and it did what it did. It broke his bone, or eye, whatever, his orbital bone, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people would have cried. A lot of people would have just fell on the floor as soon as that shit happened. A lot of people would have been crying like a little girl in real life. You feel what I'm saying? In real life. But, you know, I didn't see where Billy Joe was shaking the head like, I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go out there. At the end of the day, you have to protect, you know, your fighter and his longevity in the sport, because, you know what, it could have got worse. And I don't think he was going to make the decision anyway, get the decision as far as the win anyway. So, you know, at the end of the day, if you're down, you're down. If you lost, you lost. And that's just what it is. You know, I'm only can speak like this, but I don't know. It's not me. I'm not in that boat to really tell, but just by the looks of it and just giving you a little, you know, opinion.
I mean, he kept dipping down. He slipping to no shot. I remember he kept dipping down to that front foot, and he did that quite a few times coming up to those rounds. Canelo kept probably falling himself, the right uppercut is probably the punch to land, especially on a southpaw fighter. I don't take too much of time up, but you know how you're WBO middleweight champion, if you relinquish your belt and then move up to 168, will you become number one contender for the belt, WBO belt at 168?
Well, that's what I'm saying, petition. So therefore, I don't have to actually give up my belt at 160. I can just like say, hey, I want to fight the 168 champ that has the WBO. And I can, you know, if everybody is agreeing and allows to it, I can fight that fight. And then after that fight, make a decision to either give up my 160-pound belt or give up the 168 belt or stay wherever I want to stay. That's how it works. I don't have to give up my belt to go fight for the same belt. You understand? I'm still with the same organization.
Yeah, I understand. All right, that makes sense. You cleared. I remember people talking about it on Twitter. You cleared that up. That's perfect. I've only got one more question left.
On top of that, right? Me giving up my belt to go up to the next weight class to be number one. Like at the end of the day, there's a list already up there, and it can take me a longer period of time to make that fight happen if I do it that way. Like, they don't have to fight me just because I'm the number one. Hami Mugia was my number one WBO mandatory. He said no. You know how I ended up fighting? Liam Williams.
Oh, okay. Oh, I understand. All right, yeah. Fair though, I think you would have got more respect for beating Liam Williams than Hungary Madia though. So I think that might have worked out a bit better. Do you think?
I mean, listen, it worked out how it worked out. You know, for me, I'm just ready to fight and do what I need to do to, you know, get the best out this sport.
I mean, I don't want to take too much of time up, but you've only fought in two countries in your professional career, Germany and USA. I mean, if that Liam Williams fight, you gain a lot of UK fans. Do you think you would ever come over here to the UK and fight? Maybe a Chris Eubank Jr. or someone, a UK fighter?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's definitely something that, you know, we always thought about and something that I considered, you know, because I know, I mean, I love the UK and you know, the UK love boxing. I also have a great amount of fans there. And also, they also just love boxing. So I think it'll be a sellout regardless. And I'm just ready to, you know, see what the measures is. Like, what is it going to do? What is it going to take for me to go there? So I will go there if everything is the right way to be.
I mean, it'd be crazy if you did come over to the UK, but UK fans are most hardcore fans in boxing.
Yeah, thanks, yo.
Thank you so much for the interview. And where can people find you on social media at?
Boo Boo Andrade on Instagram, or just Google Demetrius Andrade and all the stuff will come up. You know what I mean? That's just it. Demetrius Andrade, YouTube, Demetrius Andrade at Google, and all the stuff will come up. Demetrius Andrade, Twitter, all that stuff, man. Just stay tuned. You know, I appreciate you. Keep growing and grinding yourself, kid. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. And, you know, and thank you.
All right. Thank you for that, Demetrius. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. God bless you.